Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Is it a back to school, back to work kind of a Monday after a nice spring break, or do you have one more day off? Are you watching this comfy and cozy at home? Lucky you, because today, if you can stay at home, boy, it's going to be a really nice day too. We do have a severe weather setup that's going to unfold overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. So longer than what I typically get during our TV newscast. I'm going to really walk you through this timeline and help you kind of sort things out so you can get prepared overnight, so you and your family can be prepared throughout the day today. So 8 a.m. So right now through about 10 o'clock this evening, I'm expecting almost the same conditions that we're seeing. So on the radar right now, we're looking and tracking at scattered showers. An isolated thunderstorm will be possible, especially as we get into your afternoon hours. And it's also going to be windy. We have a wind advisory that's going to take effect at 11 a.m. It's overnight though, 10 p.m. through 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's when I think these strong to even severe thunderstorms will start to fire up, and then it's really 4 a.m. to probably 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. I think the strongest cells will be working across the area. So 2 to 4 inches of rain possible, hail, damaging winds, and even an isolated tornado. So that's what's playing out for your overnight hours. If you work that shift work overnight, really be prepared. Heads up. Now, if you go to sleep by 9 or 10 o'clock tonight and then waking up tomorrow morning, make sure you have your weather alerts on, or if you haven't already downloaded our app, download the KHOU 11 weather app, and that way you can get those alerts popping up on your phone. Let me get to the radar here right now. Scattered showers across the area. Most of this is really, really light activity, but notice it's fairly area wide. So we could be looking at today anywhere from about a quarter to about a half an inch of rain. So getting you through that timeline again, we do have a flood watch that's in effect, and that's what's shaded there in green for Harris County and areas to our north and to our east. This is going to take effect tonight at 7 p.m. and it goes until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So again, heads up, we could be looking at isolated high water spots, even some flooded roadways. It's not out of the question. The reason most of this rain is going to be falling in a short period of time, again, overnight and early tomorrow morning. And when it's dark outside, you can't see it, you really need to use extra caution. So if you have to do anything for our overnight hours or early tomorrow morning, just make sure you, if you can, check in with us. If not, you really need to use extreme caution. Wind advisory in effect today, 11 a.m. through 7 o'clock. Wind gusts upwards of about 35 miles per hour. This is all because we have a cold front on the move. So warm, humid air will continue to take over. So the atmosphere is going to continue to become more and more saturated. And because it's going to be fairly warm and humid, when we get this cold front and there's cold air behind it, it's those two different air masses that are going to collide and give us the chance for these thunderstorms. So we're watching the cold front out of West Texas. Check this out. Wind advisory for pretty much all of southeast and east Texas, even into North Texas. That extends to Louisiana. So that's the wind advisory. Take a look out west. This is actually a fire weather watch. So fire danger, and that's because of the drought conditions combined with the wind. Isn't that interesting? So as we watch that cold front, West Texas really dealing with an extreme drought to even an exceptional drought. So really, really dry in West Texas. Here locally, we actually have a moderate drought to even isolated spots of a severe drought. So notice that when you see the beige and kind of deeper into the brown, that's moderate to severe drought. This is our latest drought monitor. So bottom line, we do need rain. We just don't need it all at once, right? So throughout the day today, about a quarter to a half inch of rain. But looking ahead, tonight through tomorrow morning, the Storm Prediction Center on a scale of 1 to 5 has most of our counties under a 3. And what that should mean to you, the chance for hail, up to golf ball size hail, with strong wind gusts, upwards of about 60 miles per hour, flooding. So when I say that, 2 to 4 inches of rain in a really short period of time is enough to create quick high water, and that's that flash flood threat. Isolated spots could pick up as high as about 6 inches of rain. If we do see any of these thunderstorms train overnight, which means a thunderstorm develops and then it sits over the same place and then it kind of redevelops over the same area, that's when we'll be watching those rainfall rates. An isolated tornado will be possible in some of those strong thunderstorms, and then I'll show you that here on our future track. So all that to be said, again, strong to severe weather expected to unfold overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. Future track, lunchtime. This should look the way it looks right now on the radar. Pretty light, but fairly area-wide scattered showers. Then getting into our late evening hours, this is 11:30 p.m., so we're approaching midnight tonight. And take a look at the line of thunderstorms setting up west and northwest. This is connected with the cold front. So if the timing shifts at all, an hour ahead of schedule or a little bit later, this is all just to keep in mind. It's mainly a late evening event into our overnight hours and into early tomorrow morning. Watch though as this line continues to progress. So the strongest thunderstorms should be north of I-10, but everyone needs to be prepared for that isolated strong to severe thunderstorm. When you see some of these deep reds and purples on our future track, those are the thunderstorms capable of producing that hail, the damaging winds, and those really heavy downpours, and some of those heaviest accumulations. 6:30 tomorrow morning, you know, this has shifted a little bit, whether the line wants to break apart a little bit or whether it tightly holds together. Either way, we are going to be on severe weather watch early tomorrow morning. So 6:30 tomorrow morning, really coming down. Through about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, notice the chance for some of these cells creating tornado warnings. You need to have a plan already for your family to work to the most interior room of your home. You want to think about safety for the early morning hours. If you don't have an app where you get weather alerts, download our KHOU 11 app. We will issue either a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning. We'll also send reports of how much rainfall we're seeing and any areas or streets that are flooded. So we will be monitoring that. If you don't have our app, it'd be a really good time to download that. Getting into about lunchtime, this is 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Cold front is well to our east, and then we're seeing significant clearing. And that means by lunchtime tomorrow, we'll actually have some sunshine in place, and that will take over for the rest of the week. So we only have a short window of time we kind of have to get through, and that's mainly overnight into early tomorrow morning. By midday, it's out of here. Look at all the sunshine. Beautiful spring weather to round out the week. If you missed the timeline, if you're just tuning in, I know this is a live stream, so hello. I'll go back to our first graphic, putting all of our graphics into play motion. This is the nice thing about being either on Facebook or YouTube, all the platforms, Twitter, that we can kind of go through this again. So I think this timeline is kind of a quick, easy one to grab, that throughout the day today, notice lightly scattered showers. There may be isolated pockets of moderate rain to maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but that'll be it through the majority of the day today. Unfolding 10 p.m. through about 4 a.m., that's when some of those thunderstorms become strong to severe. And then I think between 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, that will be our best chance for some really strong storms that could produce some of those rainfall rates, 2 to 4 inches of rain of accumulation tomorrow morning, and that's where we could easily pick up some high water spots out there. Also, the hail, potentially up to golf ball size hail. So if you hear that either overnight while you're sleeping or early tomorrow morning, just you want to have your guard up. You want to stay weather aware over the next 24 to 36 hours. Getting into lunchtime tomorrow, it's out. It's done, okay? So we got to get through the morning hours tomorrow morning, and then that's about it for the weather for a long time, maybe for about 10 days after tomorrow. We've got lots of sunshine. Scattered area-wide showers, not anything severe, and we're not expecting high water spots throughout the day today. All of this is manageable rain, and again, a big chunk of that is because we've been so dry. But because we're going to see the heaviest rainfall in a short period of time, that is why the National Weather Service issued this flood watch that's shaded there in green. So these are the counties that are expected to see the most amount of rain. However, let's say if you live in Friendswood or Pearland, Sugarland, Richmond, or Rosenberg, even towards Galveston, still keep your guard up for these strong storms. It's just because the heaviest rain will fall to our north of I-10, but still keep that guard up, especially tomorrow morning. There's the wind advisory. Not only a rainy day, but a windy day today as well. Gusts today probably up to about 35 plus miles per hour. There's the cold front, again, sitting in West Texas. This will rip through Texas. After it moves through here, it's actually going to hang and continue towards the entire southeast region of the country, and that's going to continue to impact millions of people. So it's not only here locally or just in the state of Texas. This is going to be a really big cold front for probably two-thirds of the country. They're going to be dealing with these significant weather changes. Notice the fire danger out west. That's only because of the drought. So the drought scenario, really the rain that we're going to see is going to be beneficial rain statewide. We even need rain here locally. I previously showed you this, but again, we are in a moderate to even isolated spot southwest of town in a severe drought. So we need rain. But what happens, because we're going to be saturated throughout the day today, when we get these strong storms overnight, we could quickly see some high water spots. So we just need to keep our guard up, especially when it's not daylight, when we can't see out there. We always say this, turn around, don't drown. But you have to remember it, especially in these times. Scale of 1 to 5, this is a threat level of a 3. So that puts us at the chance for that golf ball size hail, winds gusting up towards the 60 miles per hour. And notice that's in effect for almost most of our counties. It's just kind of a quick heads up like, hey, we've got some really strong storms expected to unfold here overnight. An isolated tornado will be possible, and if we do get those warnings, we will pop them immediately over your phone as well. So you'll be able to kind of watch that in real time. Our app also has the radar, so if power does go out overnight, that's another good tool where you can pop it up and kind of see the line of storms as they're progressing. 11:30 this evening, watch the line of thunderstorms. Now, this has gone a little back and forth as far as how much these storms want to hold together through about 8 a.m. or if they're going to push offshore. But no matter what, these thunderstorms are going to be capable of producing almost area-wide rainfall totals between about 2 to 4 inches of rain. And then when you see those deeper pockets of the red and the purple there on our future track, that's those thunderstorms that could be producing some hail, those 60+ mile per hour winds. If you can, walk around your home. You have that patio furniture. Can you secure it down? Can you bring anything maybe inside the garage? Just limit any debris that could either fly around in your neighborhood. You know how this is. After we see strong storms, you walk outside and it's just stuff is everywhere. So if you can limit that today, it'd probably be a lot easier to deal with for tomorrow. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, we may see this push off to the east. If this holds or any training happens within these thunderstorms, that will probably be the most impactful flooding conditions. So hopefully that doesn't happen. If we can kind of keep this front moving, that would be better news pretty much area wide. And then I'll leave you with the good news. After the cold front clears tomorrow, latest 10 a.m., that's when the sunny skies will take over and you really have a beautiful spring-like week. So, all right, guys, we are going to be here in the weather studio. We have full team coverage today, tonight, overnight, and into early tomorrow morning. So we'll keep you prepared here online and, of course, on the TV side as well. If you have any questions, you can always shoot those over to us on social media as well. But the biggest thing is stay safe. You probably want to stay put maybe after about 10 o'clock this evening. And then once you get up, tune us on TV or check us out on social media, and we'll get you where you need to go. Hope you have a great Monday out there.